Well, hello guys, hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, so I'm just going to mention my cream and where we're at as of this morning. So I heard back from the chemist, and basically it confirms the histamine disruption, what was it? Not the bite. Oh yeah, the bite, the itch itself, and also threw in about the repellent as well, which I never pushed because it was real hard with new bites and older ones to test out. But anyway, so that was the great news, and the devastating news is that it would be very expensive and high risk because the ingredients I have work well now, but trying to transfer them over and get them into, you know, cosmetic roles and everything would risk. So say you had an ingredient and you had to get that into a fixed powder or a substitute, then it risks, you know, putting the whole formula at risk as well. So, oh dear, I know. Anyway, he was real nice about it, and I think my budget of 500 certainly wouldn't cover it per month, even for the next 10 years, I reckon. So yeah, anyway, so we've got that it works, and I've got it in writing as well. So now I have to go find a developmental place that manufactures, or a manufacturer with a development formulation. So I'm going to leave it a couple of days because I must admit it devastated me and frustrated me, but I'll crack on in the week and start writing off to other companies. I've got a birthday cake, 2 birthday cakes to do today and tomorrow, and I've just had to buy a new fence as well. Oh my god, so that was my budget for this month well and truly over. Never mind, okay, never mind, but I will look into it. I even thought of selling it as a DIY kit, you know, where I provide the recipe and you just buy some bits. I'd send you a couple of sachets of something, but no, I'm not going to get round it that way either. And I'm certainly not going to go on YouTube and, you know, say what it is when it's still got so much potential. So it's not over, okay? It's not over, but it's not going to be as easy as I imagined. And of course, in my cards, all I kept saying is, will it say it works? Will he say it works? You know, and I was getting yes, and great news. And then I started getting a few swords in there. I was thinking, oh, what? Anyway, I should have asked what his conclusion would be as well. But anyway, okay, onwards and upwards. Anyway, to somebody else that is feeling pretty devastated today as well will be Nigel Farage. So I said to you before, I've done a couple of political readings and not bothered putting them up because they was just so mad. But let's have a look then, see where we go. So what's going on with Nigel Farage at the moment? Him personally, how does he see it? I think, you know, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I mean, he's got his millions, hasn't he? So he could be thinking he's not going to bother with politics. It's just a dirty game at the moment. And it certainly is. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but you know, I have said before, all roads lead to restore. One party goes down, so you're getting even Andy Burnham, you know, getting looked at negatively, which I don't blame people. You got the Greens that have imploded on themselves. Now you've got Reform as well. So what does Farage know about this? He seems willing and voluntary to step back. Is Farage willing to step back? I keep getting a woman shouting at him. I just see a woman sort of like coming in, and I would say coming into the party and then turning on him. How does he feel? I think he's sick of all the destructive talk and the anger. What does Farage know about reform that we don't? Yeah, look, this has all been manufactured. Oh, he's got a lot of dirt on everybody that he could be going with. You know, that he could spill. Does Nigel Farage believe there's like unseen forces trying to destroy reform? Remove yourself from a damaging situation. So I'm seeing something that's false here. And removing yourself from a damaging situation. So it's like an awful lot of pressure here on Farage. Is this part of the plan to restore Britain in charge? Oh, there you have it. There you have it. 7 of Pentacles. Good decisions. Hard work pays off. Hard work pays off. Is Nigel Farage either when did Nigel Farage realise that it was going to be game over? Late one night, late one night. No, I think somebody's threatened him. Has somebody threatened Nigel Farage? Absolutely. See, all these moves, you know, you would think, all right, it's not just luck with Farage about coming out with, oh, well, he had 5 million here and he had 2 houses there and now he's got 5 houses. These have all been in place for years. And I just kind of feel like this was always the way it was going to be, expose Farage before he gets to PM. Did Farage ever believe that he would be the next Prime Minister or be a Prime Minister? I don't think he did, actually. I don't think he did believe in it, whether it be for himself or, you know, I mean, everybody said, oh, he gives you the ick sometimes about, you know, you get a feeling from him that he doesn't want to be the Prime Minister. How do the elites feel about putting reform in charge? They don't want it. They don't want it. Yeah, they're going to they're going to try and destroy that party. So it won't just be Farage, it'll be other people as well. They're going to go for other people as well in reform. There's so many of them and things that they've been doing for so long as well. Oh dear, this is awful. Does Rupert Lowe know the plan? well, that plan has been going on for a couple of years, okay, probably since he walked. You know, politics is a dirty game, but, well, we've seen it time and time again, you know, with Biden, 1 minute you're in and the next minute you're out, and, you know, the media control what is said about you. And then Trump's in, you know, before then Trump was out and the media controlled everything. So the media have been infiltrated as well. Who has threatened Nigel Farage? Who's threatened him? The elites have been playing the long game. Two sides disagreements, failed partnerships, probably, you know, people that he's been involved with and paid for. I mean, we're not saying he's done anything wrong at all, you know. I just, my point of view is seeing it, how all these domino effects of these parties will lead to one particular party, which I believe is Restore Britain. And I also believe it's been a plan in the making for the last few years. And I'd definitely say with Rupert, 4 years, am I right? 4 years. Well, yeah, what do we do? What do we do? Something needed doing. And it was perfect, really, a perfect scenario for Rupert Lowe and Reform as well, you know, that he highlights something, raised the concern about immigration and then said, oh, you know, what do we do? And then, you know, oh, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll make our own party. It's been years in the making. Now, you have got one person who I can't stand, and that is Alex Phillips. Do you know what? I think I'd like her better if she brushed her hair every now and again, okay? I don't care about her clothes or her wardrobe, but the hair, I mean, what's the point in wearing nice clothes if your hair's a mess? She could just pull it back. I know, that's all I keep thinking about. Why do I think about her hair? I don't know, maybe she's always late or something, and, you know, something last minute always comes up, throws a spanner in the works. Why do I feel about it? Well, probably because I don't like what she says and who about. And so I focus on her hair rather than anything else. They do say, you know, if you don't like what somebody's saying to you, it's probably because it's true. So Alex Phillips is going on saying that Restore Britain, you know, like, I don't know, a disruptor, you know, they're meant to bring a reform down. Is she right? Not to be relied upon. Careful what you say. So that could be gossip as well. I don't think she's in the know fully, or else she would have said something, no doubt. But she has to bring in the Restore Britain because people are interested in that. So her slagging them off means that she can bring them in to the conversation, which gets both Reform fans and Restore fans as well, even though she winds them up. She also feels like, you know, Restore Britain are a threat. Does Alex Phillips believe Restore Britain are a threat to reform? Absolutely, absolutely, you know, but more of a threat to her, actually, as well, because she's, you know, been invested in reform for many years, and her friendships as well with Farage and everybody else, you know, so yeah. I wonder if she feels, yeah, without reform, what would she be shouting about? She's like, she seems real adamant, you know, that she's right. So there's going to be some breaking news about Farage. What will it be? I feel he has no choice to step down. Before he goes through this removal, it's quite clear the establishment, I don't know, you know, there's that many of them, okay, but the establishment want him out and want him removed, so I think to save face, he will, this is where he's thinking of, you know, I've had enough. Is the Queen of Wands Alex Phillipson? No. Alex Phillipson is the one that'll say and do anything for money. Anything to keep a show. Don't know, she does have a few meltdowns, which I don't know, if it was like a YouTuber or something, I'd be fine with, but the fact that it's on a professional news outlet, let's say, then yeah, I just feel like maybe that kind of drama can be done without it. I don't know, maybe I'll warm to her in 300 years. Saying that, it works, because she's the only presenter I'm talking about so far. Yeah, I think he's going to step down. So I did say before, you know, after that by-election, there would be some trouble in his party and they'd turn on him, and in effect he would not be Prime Minister. How do the elites feel about Andy Burnham becoming Prime Minister? Wrong way to go, strays off the path, because that is not their plan at all. So, and as you can see, they're already ripping him apart, and, you know, this is the problem, isn't it? When you've got 6 weeks or so, I think he's got up to, oh my God, it could be today or tomorrow he goes for Prime Minister. I hadn't heard that. Anyway, I'm getting a wrong way to go, strays off their path. So even if it was his path, he'll get pushed off it. Will there be a last-minute contender for Labour? A challenge for leadership? This will take some time. How do the elites feel about putting Restore Britain in? Well, I think Restore Britain are going to get a lot of problems as well. So the same thing that's going on in Reform could be going on in Restore Britain as well. Is Andy Burnham going to be the next Prime Minister? Something in writing, not seen. Oh my God, I wonder if it's already in. Will we call for a general election? Well, I'm getting great news there. So there will be an election. I'm just bothered that it says it will take some time here, not to take risks. Will Andy Burnham call for a general election? Well, he's the helper. He's the helper. He's the one that everybody's thinking of for the last few weeks, rather than giving them a you know, an actual choice for a general election. So you've got several factors all coming in at once. And it just feels like something could change last minute. So if this was all like a kind of ploy or an opportunity, you would think, well, Andy Burnham has kept it the seat warm and everybody's thoughts are still with Labour. And obviously he's getting annihilated as well. And people are bringing things up. I mean, you know, if he was a dead set, no one would be bringing things up. They didn't with Starmer, apart from your usual. And then Farage at the same time as a general election, well, and not wanting to get involved, well, that would cause problems for Reform, definitely. And Labour, well, nobody wants Keir Starmer in, or Labour. Is that the plan universe, to cause chaos and then, yeah, cause confusion? Well, it's as if everybody's, you know, waiting for it to all magically fall into place. We've got indecision here, doing something without planning the outcome. Universe, would you say Reform are at a delicate stage right now? I'm getting information not passed on. Something we don't know. Stuff we're not supposed to know. Okay, so do the elites want a general election? Well, it would be better if it did. I think they're trying to pull the strings, you know. I think they are trying to go for a general election. Yes or no? Would Labour stay in power? No. Would Reform get power? No. Would Restore Britain get power? Well, that's a goddamn yes then, isn't it? Eh? That is a goddamn yes. So I know people don't like what I've been saying about politics and all parties for the past year or so, but I saw it coming. And I still see it coming. But, you know, this isn't, I don't feel like this is fate or luck. There's opportunity, yes. But I feel like, you know, we're more being pushed into this than guided, you know. Yeah, but I mean, you've got a lot of Reform die-hard fans. He's out. Nigel says he's out. So has all this been years in the making? Well, I would say so, like the last decade. The whole point was to cause us despair and ruin and disappointment because, you know, Restore Britain are going on about the immigrants. Well, you think what, you know, we want rid of them. That's what they've got us thinking and believing that, you know, they need to leave at all costs. And we will have to pay for that in some way. And I don't mean financially, I mean freedom-wise. You know, digital ID to make sure, you know, only those that have proved who they are, etc. There'll be all sorts coming in and tyrannical as well. And the death penalty, I don't agree with that neither. I feel like that's worrying. Have we been set up like kippers? Well, when it comes to turning our backs on parties, yes, we have. Don't know why, but I'm getting 2008 and then 2018, but so that's a 10-year period. Does Keir Starmer know the truth about what's going on with the elites and trying to get people in power? Well, he does go overseas a lot, doesn't he? I think that's Ukraine, that. Yeah. So the elites use Ukraine on him. Does Nigel Farage know about this plan? He's part of it. Does Rupert Lowe know about this plan? I just see families here and not coping and home. So does he know that the illegals were sent to us on purpose? No, I think they've got him and all. How do the elites feel about putting Rupert Law or Restore Britain in place? Absolutely, that's what they want. That's what they want. Why would Rupert Law be doing the bidding of the elites? So where everything has been destroyed, it's like to rebuild, but with, what they'd say, rebuild better. But I'm not convinced at all. I mean, look, you know, you're going to get the shite with all parties, okay? They're never going to get 100% right. I just feel like this is a bit of a floor show. Is it a floor show for us all? And really, we don't have a bloody choice. I kind of feel like he'll, you know, break ranks, pull rank, break ranks. As if things don't go to plan. That would cause him to feel on a knife's edge and worry, are we ready yet, you know? So is Rupert was he expecting for it to take longer to get to power? Yes. He certainly was, and he thought he'd be happy about it, you know, because you get some notice and you get the build-up as well. You know, so is Restore Britain the next government? Kidding yourself, deceiving yourself about others or situation. Is that how we'll be made to feel about reform? That we're kidding ourselves? Yeah, being criticised, being on your guard, bad reviews or complaints, more criticism, more criticism. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Will Labour call a general election? Well, they know they're not coming back. Have they been told to call a general election? I would say so. I would say so. Now, this might not be today or tomorrow. It could be talking about a general election in the future for some reason. But let's have a look, you know. Tell me who would make the best party? Labour? No. Reform? Yes. But that don't mean it's to say for us, okay. Restore Britain? Are they the best party? Is that Nigel Farage? No, not what you're thinking. Your judgment's impaired. So if they're trying to destroy reform, then that has to be for a reason. Are the elites afraid that reform will, you know, do good for the British people? No, that they're unpredictable and break promises. Did they only want reforming while they thought that Nigel Farage was going to be the Prime Minister? Yes. So without him, they don't want that party. What input has President Trump had on this? Well, right now we don't see any party being worthy at all, and Restore Britain is a bit small as well. Feeling left out in the cold. Well, he's give out his warning signs, hasn't he? Okay then, so let's round this up. Will Andy Burnham become the next Prime Minister? No. Feeling far away from others, not getting the support. Will Andy Burnham or Starmer have to call a general election? We've got the wrong government in. Somebody's trying to take him down. What happens to Andy Burnham between now and becoming what he thinks will be the Prime Minister? What happens? Yeah, a lot of drama online, look. Everything's last minute, isn't it, to hamper something. How will Andy Burnham feel about being or not being Prime Minister? Well, he's enjoyed their ride, you know, thinks he looks good. Thinks people, you know, fall for what he says, that he can say anything and get away with it. Although he's not saying much to reporters at the moment, is he? How will Starmer feel once there's a new Prime Minister? He'll feel humiliated. He'll be told he's wrong from high up. How will Reform feel about the next Prime Minister? That there was indeed part to do with it, you know, that they caused it in some way as well. Like their actions or somebody else's actions, but around them. How will Restore Britain feel about the next Prime Minister? That they might have to wait longer. No need to rush, have patience. I don't feel like Restore Britain in a way. Don't feel that they're ready to jump in this quickly. Would Restore Britain be waiting for a general election to be called? Absolutely. Absolutely. Mind you, don't take that on a thing. I'm still smarting about it with my cream, telling me it was certain. Yeah, we know it's certain. Just all having to go through different ways. Okay, so, well, I think that's it for now. So let's just wrap up on the last few cards. Outcome for Starmer in this. He gets to retire and go home. Outcome for Burnham. Yeah, he's not going to be made to look good at all. I think somebody like Morgan McSweeney as well will be doing some little damage there. Probably got another financial scandal of his own. And what about Nigel Farage? What's the outcome for him, please? Do you know what? I can't help but feel Farage is either going to work in a position for Donald Trump or actually with Restore. Will Nigel Farage work with Rupert Lowe? No. But then again, I'm seeing young people, so there could be something there. The grooming scandal, so maybe, you know, they join forces about that. Or even agree. But he's the King of Wands then, Nigel Farage. I think he'll leave while he's still liked. Yeah. He'll leave while he's still liked, I think. He'll say he's in their background. I ain't seen much of him actually on their TV or out. Maybe they're not putting him up there, but... And what's the outcome for Rupert Lowe? Well, he'll have to move on with something as well. You know, that he can't get his own way on something, or it doesn't go the way that he wants. Do you know what? There was something earlier where I was doing these cards around here, and it popped into my head that, and I've always said this about if what happened to Rupert Lowe, make sure Restore Britain can still stand, because at the moment Rupert Lowe is the Restore Britain. Okay, so all the people around him. So you got to think, would you still like Restore Britain without Rupert Lowe? And I don't think they've got that trust with us at the moment to have that, you know. I mean, you're just seeing it now with Nigel. Nigel ain't going to be part of Reform or Prime Minister. You know, it all goes slightly skew-iffy. And I feel confident and comfortable when Rupert Lowe speaks to us and what he's saying. But I don't know, some of them, the young uns, they're like, I just wouldn't, it's a young party. Will Rupert Lowe one day step down from Restore? I don't know, you know, I just kind of feel a new direction here, a new direction. Well, he came from the EU, he had his football club, and then he started in Parliament around 2024 as an MP. And since then, he has been to every meeting and going. Every single meeting, he's not missed one. Plus, he's a farmer as well, you know, Jeremy Clarkson. And so that has endeared him to us. He speaks well. He fell up with Reform. He's championed immigration. I just don't think Restore Britain at this point would work without Rupert Lowe in it. That's who we're voting for, basically. We're not voting for Charlie or any of the rest of them. We would be voting for Farage and Rupert Lowe and God knows who else. I don't know. I feel like the time is now. But how it works out is not. What would happen if a general election was called? Then it would be later down the line. Why am I getting October? Are they going to do a general election around October? Oh, shit. Past into the future. A nasty woman. Will there be a general election around October or before? No. Is that Angela Rayner? I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Dropping out. I think it's so important. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, that woman's just throwing it into me. So some of the nasty woman said in the past will come out true in the future. And it contains information about somebody dropping out of something. Is that Alex Phillips? Well, maybe she's thinking of entering the rat race. Maybe she does find and think she wants to be a politician. We've also got Jeremy Kyle as well, who thinks, you know, he's got it in him to be a House of Lords or whatever it is. They all feather the own nest, don't they? Okay, anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back soon with another reading. Bye now. Bye-bye.